Hello. Jingle bells, Batman smells. Robin flew away. No, I like it when it goes, it's Christmas. Okay. This is your last episode before Christmas and we are at festive attire.
I wouldn't say festive.
Yours is a grasp of a little bit of Christmas.
Mine's a grey jumper with 4 trees on that says merry and bright, which I'm neither
Which is ironic because there's also 5 trees on that.
Is it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Orange.
Oh, my hair is hiding it. All right.
Merry and bright, are you?
Anyway, fuck you.
Tell them what Christmas jumper you did want.
My black one, and it said, "This is my favourite Christmas jumper." It was black with just white text, but they didn't have my size. So I had to raid my sister-in-law's wardrobe.
I wanted the one with 2
Where have you been,
puddings.
Tesco?
I just went to Tesco. It was a choice between...
And you spent like £20 on that.
£22
Fucking rip-off.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep it in the attic for next year.
Christmas is like Valentine's Day, you know, where everything's just like triple the price.
My aim is to get to the point in life, this is when I feel like I'll be successful, when I've got a box in the garage, which is like, here's all Christmas stuff, here's all Valentine's Day, like Halloween, and just then decorate my house with those bits and then put it back in a box.
Okay, great.
And add something every month.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Well, let's just start the episode and then we'll figure it out.
Okay, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome,
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast, tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
So we all know that you're loving our sponsors, Crafty Lab, but we thought you'd like to hear a little bit more about them.
Crafty Lab are a husband and wife team who started the business back in 2021 after planning their own COVID wedding.
Apparently, they were discussing how many things they needed to tell their guests about the wedding. For example, the timeline of the day, wedding facts, and even about their dog. And then one of them said, it's going to be a bloody newspaper at this rate.
And boom, the wedding newspaper was born. I'm not even joking, but every single wedding I go to now has a wedding newspaper. It's as essential as confetti.
From as little as 89p per paper, it's a bit of a no-brainer.
But should I tell you what is cool? Some people are using them as invitations.
Yes, I love that. I think it's really cool to get something physical in the post that then sends you to a website.
Imagine just chilling at home and the postman delivers a newspaper with your mate's face on.
So whether you're looking to give your guests all the details of your day or a unique and fun invite, Crafty Lab are your guys.
And we've got you a discount, so don't forget to use the code UNFILTERED at checkout.
So what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
I know what you want to talk about, so I feel like I'm just going to give you half of the episode.
Okay, go on then.
And then what I want to talk about is basically I just want you to do a Christmas quiz so that I can show everyone how smart I am. I once won a Heart FM Christmas quiz.
You're that kid.
I
I told
am
you
that
that you're
kid.
annoying.
I got 10 out of 10 and I got a heart onesie.
10 out of 10. Have you seen that woman on TikTok that's got the kids and she's like, 10 out of 10 when her kids eat her lunch?
No, that's giving me ick. That
Oh,
way.
no, I quite like it. Anyway, okay. So,
Right, go on.
guys.
If you haven't seen, Beth did a biggie of a wedding.
A 4-dayer.
4-day.
4-day wedding. So we were there for 6 days. Nearly a week.
That is actually a long time.
I know. My dog missed me. And let me tell you, it was chaos. It was
Good chaos or bad chaos?
It was the most incredible event. Everything... No, it didn't go how it should have gone.
But as in, if I was a guest going to that wedding, has everything gone well?
Absolutely.
Fine, okay.
But we were faced with problem after problem after problem after problem that nobody could have predicted. / if you don't have the right people around you,
You're fucked.
You're
beep. Well, I said fucked, so it's fine.
Okay,
wait, whoa. Give me what the vibe was meant to be.
Okay,
what was
should I
meant
just
to
go
happen?
through day by day?
Yes.
Okay, so I was down the night before. So Thursday we had welcome dinner, drinks, cigar rolling,
Cute.
which the groom didn't know about, which was all great.
Love that.
Then Friday we had fire feast, which was the first day that most of the guests arrived.
Can I pause you 1 second? Brian, you know the rule that's come in about no smoking? Is that cigars?
What rule?
So
you
14-year-olds
can't,
are never going to be able to buy cigarettes. And I love that, obviously. I don't condone smoking in any way. But I do love a cigar at a wedding.
Do you?
No, as in I won't smoke it, but it's bougie.
You're a dirty girl.
It's cool though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So yeah, Friday was fire feast, guest arrival. Everyone kind of got to know each other. Very chilled, laid back. Saturday was the big wedding. And then Sunday, we turned it into a Christmas extravaganza.
This is a video that I've seen that I'm just like,
So let's go Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday, I arrive on site.
Yeah. Marquee up.
No, we couldn't build anything till Friday.
Okay, fine.
So Thursday, we arrive on site. And the fire feast is obviously in the forest.
What?
Mud. Mud like we had never seen. Like it was raining. So I arrived. I went up there. There was a back entrance and a front entrance. So guests had to walk up, but obviously they had some guests that couldn't walk up, needed lifts up. There were builders.
So I've been to this place, and it is, so you kind of pull into a field. Most people get out and then walk up this like, it's not even a path.
No, it's a field.
Like a wood, like a forest.
Yeah.
You know when you go on a forest walk?
Yeah.
It's that up to this then opening in the woods. It's gorgeous. Fire pit in the middle, like all of that sort of stuff. And it's really pretty. But yeah, it was gorgeous sunshine when I went there.
Yeah, no, mud. A lot of it.
Can you drive up to it then?
Yeah, so you can drive up the back, but that path was, we had Land Rovers. They got up, but like everything else was going to struggle. So I was like,
so were you decorating that space?
So we had some bits up there, yeah. But I went to do church rehearsal with bride, groom, and some of the family. A family and friend. Actually, it was all friends, which was really nice because I got to pick my ammo. I was like, right, I need to know you. You know, if you just need a little help or you need got any surprises, I need to make sure they were in the right place. So anyway, she was like, oh, how's things going? I was like, yeah, great. Wonderful. Not a problem. And I was like, right. So we had to get the diggers to scrape all the mud off the back roads. And it absolutely pulled down that Thursday night.
It was literally like a storm.
Yeah. So we were like, fuck. Like, this is going to be hit or miss. Granddad couldn't go up, obviously.
Granddad didn't go,
so we got him some food to his house.
Cute.
Bear in mind, we're talking about a venue that's got houses that are up to 10 minutes away. Yes. So on different sites, different parts, like literally in the middle of the grounds. Yeah. So everything was everywhere. And then I got a phone call from the hairdresser.
Mm-hmm. The bride's head, like
bride's
the wedding hairdresser
for Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't make Saturday. She had to have some emergency treatment.
Okay, fine.
Turns out she was having IVF and she needed the treatment, which is
fine,
very valid. So there's no hate, there's no shade. But I was like, okay. Luckily, she found someone else. So
fine, cool.
Good supplier.
Yeah.
Found someone else, replaced it, and paid the extra as well.
Nice, love that.
And then she was also doing the hair Friday, Sunday. So she did Friday, Sunday, and then replaced the Saturday. Obviously, had to tell the bride. Luckily, the bride was very chill.
I'm not going to lie to you, you got very lucky that she was so chill.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what film is it where there's like, something goes wrong every 5 minutes? I think it's How I Met Your Mother, actually. Where they're like, yeah, no worries. This has happened. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, cool.
That's how I felt my weekend went. And luckily the bride was having more of it wasn't too intricate design. It was a low bun. But if it was something more, it's tough, but it's also like, you've got to appreciate suppliers do have things come up and XYZ. Talking about that, I'm going to totally jump off topic. So our bride that's getting married this week had her makeup artist cancel on her 7 weeks before the wedding.
Yes.
And she's just said that she's got an emergency operation, but she's seen on her Instagram that she's on a ski holiday. How do you feel?
My problem is, here's my problem. I would have no issue if weeks ago, even lie a little bit, my partner's booked me a surprise trip on holiday skiing. I'm so sorry. I obviously give you all your money back. Here's all the things, blah, 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 blah. Don't lie, because they're obviously going to see it.
Yeah.
And you're an idiot if you then post it online, because you know they're following you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's weird. Anyway,
I hope there's been a miscommunication. It's not true, because I don't want to believe it.
Sure. Okay.
Okay,
honey.
Okay, so anyway, Friday happens.
Yeah.
If Friday had rained, we would not have had the fire feast, but it didn't rain. We held out.
Wait, what day was the fire feast?
Friday.
So what were we doing on Thursday?
Thursday we had the dinner at the house.
Oh, fine. So you're getting it ready for the fire feast on the Friday. Everyone then came on the Friday, but not many. So Grandad couldn't come.
Grandad couldn't come, but everyone else
did.
The
back door.
Yeah. And then, so also what happened, these are little things that sound so ridiculous and people are trying to help and do this, but the bride's mum, because she was staying off site, they had arranged taxis for them. Went to the house on site, but they actually walked down to reception. Oh. So the taxi driver was waiting at the house, but they were at reception. So then he waited for a certain amount of time and then went. But they were trying to be helpful by going to reception. Oh. And it's like the bride's mum was a couple of hours late, like an hour and a half late to the drinks reception, because we were
trying to get a taxi.
Trying to get hold of them, trying to get a taxi.
It's not a central location, is it?
So trying to get hold of the driver, XYZ. And it's like, if you're being told to be picked up from somewhere, just stay where you meant to be. Yeah. And things. But again, that's no one's fault. Everyone was trying to be helpful. Driver was arranged, but he was doing other lifts from other places, so he's like, right,
he's gonna get thrown well off course.
Yeah, if he doesn't. So that was a bit of a spanner, but we were all good.
Fine, cool.
We got her in the end. Had the drinks reception a little bit longer, so they felt that they were involved and got to see her mum, which was great. Went up to the fire feast, but all the wood was soaking wet, So like the log burners on the way up weren't lighting properly because there wasn't dry wood. But again, these are very small things. They were super chilled. They were fine. Like the evening was great.
Yeah.
It was just very muddy.
Did everyone have wellies?
Everyone will.
It's still a winter wedding though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
everyone. They text everyone like before, bring weddies, bring muddy boots. You're all good.
Yeah.
She wore a white coat, brave, but love her.
Fine, cool.
So that's kind of the Thursday, Friday. Friday, we were putting up the marquee.
What were they doing on the Friday?
Just chilling. The boys went shooting. She had a little stroll around. Friday, we had like 100 suppliers on site in the morning at 10 a.m. 100 people.
Why? Who?
Marquee, lighting, flooring, florists, us, crew food, generators, catering, bar. Like when I say there was 100 of us.
Wow.
And the car park was full.
Which
was kind of nice chaos because a lot of it we'd organised like the production and all of that. Yeah. So it's actually really nice seeing it come together.
It's nice when you're in charge of everything.
You're
because then you come here, you do this, you do it. But sometimes when you get those suppliers that come together and nobody has allocated a chief person, that's when it gets awkward.
Yes. Yeah, because we needed extra power to certain things that people hadn't told us and XYZ, but we made it work. And then we hit the weather, wind. And there was a lot of it.
Wind's a bitch.
We were up to 25 miles per hour winds and in a marquee, trying to get a marquee up, also in the freezing cold, which was
What's the backup if they couldn't put the marquee up?
The marquee got up. They can get it up.
But what if you couldn't?
They'd have to do it when the wind goes down. That's why the day before massively helped. Because if push comes to shove, we have to do it on the day. But we didn't. We got it up and it was all good. So that was all fine. Friday was pretty chill. And then it all went to chaos.
Why?
Chaos.
Why?
That you can't.
Like, I'm really sad for her, but this is great
for
the podcast.
Do you know what? The best part is the bride and groom fucking loved it. They were like lolling at everything that went wrong. Yeah. They were like, this is hilarious. Like, they wanted to see this shit.
Can I ask roughly what money they'd spent on this wedding?
I can't say. But
hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Okay.
And it was amazing. And after, they said they don't regret anything they spent on. Like, they were super, super happy with everything. But yeah, that's all fine. So Saturday morning comes, the morning of the wedding.
What time are they getting married?
12:30 at a church.
That's an early.
At a church 20 minutes away.
Oh.
And let me tell you, the heavens opened. The back roads were flooding. It was like a lake coming down. Like, luckily we used the venue's BMWs 4x4s, but like there were twigs coming down. Like, just to give you an idea of how much water, they had to, like, the river burst. So they had to, like, fix that. But the morning of the wedding was absolutely chaos out of nobody's fault.
These are the problem. There's not things where somebody's like, oh, the cake got dropped by a person. It's just like literally acts of God,
Acts of God. And like literally you can't write it. Like one of my team texted me, Beth, you can't fucking write this. Like,
tell me more, keep going.
So morning of the wedding, all is good, dropping off bouquets, buttonholes. It's fucking pissing it down. There was none of this romantic, here's your bouquet. We were drowned from head to toe. When I say, if it wasn't a venue that had all the rooms in and we were just going up and down stairs, life's a breeze. But we were traveling, like we were muddy. Everything was like that. So first things first, the bride ordered breakfast to her room.
Yeah.
There was a catering van at the front. And then one of the greens were down there like, no worries, I'll take it up to her. All good. They fucking ate it. The boys fucking ate the food. They ate her breakfast.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did they want to die?
Literally. So then we got another set remade.
What did the caterers say?
They were like, it was kind of like one of those like, and I was just like, where's the breakfast? Like kind of like, give it a little bit longer, give it a little bit longer. To the point that she was about to get into her dress, I was like, we need to eat. We need to eat. So we finally got it up, but I think there was 2 attempts. And the breakfast got lost twice. But because we're so far off site.
Yeah, we had that problem because Brian came and worked the wedding we did at the same place. And I said to him on one of the days, you had to go and ask the boys what drinks they wanted and then go and take them those drinks. And I was like, their thing is just, like, it's not far. 20 fucking minutes it took him.
Yeah.
Because he walked it. Because he's like, oh, it's not very far. Did you run, Bri? Did you run over to... 20 minutes later he came back and I was like, where the fuck have you been? He's like, I walked it's so
minimum
far.
The closest house was 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
So then you've got up to 10 to 20 minutes. Like it's far, and the back roads and all of that added with pouring down rain, floods, like Madness.
Oh, this is going to put people off the winter weddings though, and I love a winter wedding.
But this is something to prepare for.
I know.
Because it was beautiful.
Cleo,
and
Emma.
honestly, when I say it was the most amazing day and she didn't know hardly any of this until after,
cool.
She was super chilled and it was all fine. And she was just like lolling at these things.
Stop saying lolling. I might have to kick you off the podcast.
So, morning of the wedding, bouquets dropped off, buttonholes dropped off. Cool, fine. Coaches arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get anywhere.
What do you mean?
Like these coaches, it's flooding. It's muddy. They can't turn around. We can't get to places we need to go. I've got the groom text me like, my coach isn't here. My coach isn't here. My coach, like an hour late. We're talking. Luckily, we had buffer time in all the timings.
Yeah.
And that is why you need it, because he was going to go to the pub first. Didn't go to the pub. Ended up having to go straight to church.
Fine.
Calmer.
Don't eat their fucking breakfast.
So anyway, yeah, we finally got a smaller coach up to his accommodation. Jess had to drive them down to kind of do a meet point. So all the boys are in the car and then there's a car in front of them. And they're like, oh, that car's going to go in the ditch. That car's going to go in the ditch. They were all pissing themselves laughing, the boys, like thought it was hilarious. Lo and behold, the car goes into the ditch.
Why? What?
Because it's so muddy and it's so rainy.
It's like pushing the car.
You just couldn't see really properly. And they were trying to move around a tree and another car. Like, you know, when I say these lanes are like one way, like you meet, someone's got to reverse. And like I say, I've been reversing all weekend and it was fucking horrible. Yeah. Like horrible. So they were pissing themselves. They're like, wait, they're going to go. This is just before he's going to the church.
Brilliant.
Just before.
Love that.
And the car goes in the ditch. They're all wetting themselves. So then they had to get out of the car to walk to the coach because they couldn't get past, obviously.
Nobody helping the people in the ditch.
So they walked past and then they realised it was the bride's granddad.
No! Oh, the poor granddad didn't come to the fire feast either.
Honestly, like they are the
he was driving it.
No, it must have been someone else. So they were all wetting themselves, taking photos and stuff. They all had to delete the photos because they felt bad.
Yeah.
Because let me send you the photo of the ditch.
I've seen the photo of the ditch.
Yeah.
I've seen the photo of the ditch.
So you've got to bear in mind, like we're late already, trying to get the groom to the church.
The car is literally like almost sideways, guys.
Yeah. And again,
he's such a dick for laughing.
And then he felt so sorry.
Yeah,
so then he had to help granddad out in the pissing rain. When I say these boys were like wet through. Like I laugh about it now, but I really wasn't laughing. It wasn't a funny situation at all. But it was like, you know, when you're like,
it's when you talk about it after and you're like, what the fuck?
You cannot write this shit. So anyway, that happened. Then the boys had to get on the minibus, sopping wet, got to the church, fine.
Yeah.
So next thing, it was first look with bride's dad and mum. There was no way that mum was coming.
Why?
Because like from where we out the car to where the bride was, it was a hefty walk. Not a hefty walk, but like she would have got drenched. Yeah. So then it's going to the bride's mum, already about half an hour late from when we're going to do the first look. Well, the bride has said, if you don't want to come, don't come. She's like, do I come? Do I not come?
Yeah.
I was like,
is that a trick question?
I was like, it's pouring down. So luckily we had some coaches left to get home, but the main road had like flooded. Like, so we were lucky that we got everyone there. Like, when I say this is chaotic and it was all down to the weather.
Yeah.
Nobody had planned this.
No.
This is why you need,
and like, the thing is, you can't even really plan for that. You can plan for rain.
Yeah, but not that level of rain.
What could you, even if you knew it was going to absolutely tip down, what are you
and
doing?
It was great because every single supplier was sopping wet, did what they had to do and get everyone everywhere they needed to be. Next thing, I've got to get the bride out that house to transport.
Yeah.
Hair, makeup, white dress. So we improvise.
With what?
We got the dressing gown on.
For fuck's sake.
A tea towel on our head. When I say it was that, like, there was no way an umbrella would, because the wind was so strong. We're pouring down with rain, 22 mile per hour winds. No umbrella's holding this.
Jesus Christ.
And I made her put her slippers on because she had these beautiful pink satin shoes. I was like, nah. You'll turn up to the church like this. Have you seen the photo?
Yeah.
She was such a good sport. She was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Like, we're all good.
This is honestly, when I say to people, your attitude defines the whole day. Yeah. She could very well have been pissed off,
miserable,
annoyed, haven't had breakfast, it's fucking raining, I haven't done a first look or anything. Like, these are all things where you can have the right to go, do you know what, I'm pissed off. Yeah, and then ruin your whole entire day. Or you can be like, yeah, cool. Let's put a tea towel on my head and I'll get in the car. And so what if I get a little bit wet?
She was an absolute sport. And like I said, she didn't know about the other chaos going around. But what's worse,
she knew about her granddad in the ditch.
No, because I had to go pick up her dad, which it was his dad.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, don't tell Tara's family, don't tell the bride's family, don't tell the bride's family.
He was fine.
Yeah, he's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
He was he's a frail old man anyway. Like, he's lovely, but he's quite frail.
Older.
So it was quite scary at that point, actually. I'm laughing about it now, but we were like, no, we need to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
So then I went to get her dad, didn't want to tell her dad, but then we're driving past the fucking car that's in the ditch and it's like, that's my dad's car.
Nah, don't worry about that.
So then I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, oh, you excited to see the bride? And he was like, well, I'm a bit worried about my dad, actually. I was like, he's fine. But it's also like, until he sees his dad, he's not going to be fine. So I was like, right, Tara doesn't know about it. Let's just get her. So the first look was lovely. And she was like, how's granddad? And I was like, why is she asking how granddad is?
He's not great.
Amongst all of this chaos on the morning of the wedding, one other thing happened.
What?
So we hired in golf buggies for them to get around site.
Yeah.
And someone decided to give their partner a driving lesson who doesn't have a license and reversed onto a public road, which then went into the side of a car.
What?
Yeah. So when I say this was the most chaotic morning, no matter what timings, no matter what plans, no matter what route, no matter what you did,
it was just
everything thrown at her. She had no idea.
Good.
She had no idea.
Good.
And we made it to the church with probably 10 minutes late.
Cool.
Like, it was
easy.
like
nice.
Like, you know, we're like, fuck.
It's when you're driving back, you're like, I'm either going to laugh or cry. Like, and I'm not sure which
I
one.
don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So then, so obviously all that happened, got to church, not a problem. I then head back to finish the marquee, get that all sorted. Because of the winds, we're at weight capacity. We're very close to the weight capacity anyway.
Of what?
Of the marquee roof, because we had lots of chandeliers, lots of rigging, lots of lighting. And we were probably like 10 kg off weight limit.
Yeah.
But with 22 mile per hour, 25 per hour, like pressuring on that, we were like over weight limit essentially. So I was like, right, I've got to drop some chandeliers.
They're the whole thing.
Yeah, but we had to drop 2 chandeliers. And when I say I didn't take that decision lightly, but on the basis that marquee could have collapsed onto top table, it's very unlikely that it would, but there was a risk behind it.
But if that happens, they're done, you're done. Yeah. And that's your decision.
And it's not a risk I'm willing to take. Yeah. And that's when I say when safety comes into it, it's a huge thing.
I'd always rather go for the safer option.
Absolutely.
Like, even when and this is for people as well, like on your wedding, I did a wedding not long ago where they couldn't decide if they wanted to go outside for a ceremony or inside. Yeah. And I was like, it's windy outside. You can't hear people as well. She was worried about the wind and the veil and stuff like that. And I was like, then just go inside. Yeah. It might not be windy the second you're getting married. Your veil might not fly off, but if it does, you're going to be pissed off. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're inside, you would never know if those things would have ever happened.
So what we did, which was a nice touch, I made sure Mum was at the start of the church, veil in the corridor of like the entrance of the church. So because she couldn't do a first look, I said like, Mum, get the veil in. Because she was not having that veil on until she got to the church.
Did you grip it, Beth?
It had little grippy things in.
Okay, fine.
She didn't wear it for long.
No.
Anyway, so that happened. So weight limit, another thing to add to my list, which was great.
How did she take that? Because I'm guessing she still pays for the chandeliers.
So she didn't know.
Okay.
I briefed the
groom. She will now. She listens to the podcast.
Yeah, well, she did. She did because she saw it in the green room. But I briefed the groom and he was like, yeah, fine. Whatever you need to do. Yeah. Like, I trust you. And that's when I say, like, you've got to trust your supplier. It's like, we're not taking these decisions lightly. And it's not something that I want to do, but I have to keep you safe. Like, I have a duty of care to keep you safe. So that happened and that was
How many chandeliers were left then?
5.
So it's supposed to be 7?
Yep.
Oh, fine. Okay.
We put them back up for Sunday because the wind went down. But it was just one of those where you're like...
No, I'm not risking that, thanks.
Not risking that. So, yeah, she came back. Her dress was filthy. And she didn't care. She was just rocking it. Like, she's loving it. Like,
I do always think the dirtier your dress at the end of the wedding, the better the day has been.
Like, you can't get stressed about it because she wasn't trying to hold it up. She was just like, fuck it. I've got a second dress later. It's banging.
Yeah. And also, you're not wearing it again.
No. I said to her,
dirty.
I said, do you want to change early? And she was like, no, I'm happy to stay in my dress. I was like, fine, perfect. Cool. All good. So yeah, she walked past a green room and saw the 2 chandeliers on the floor.
What the fuck are they doing there?
She was like, they look great. I was like, yeah. All of that happened. Okay, so we get to wedding breakfast. Looks phenomenal. Got the function band singing. All is good. Top table on a stage. about to call bride and groom through first look.
Yeah.
No, not even first look. Done their first look. Really, really happy. Everything's good. Function band went round them.
Yeah.
Banging. Guests entered. And then I went to get them. They were in like a holding room. And then I heard someone go, first aid, we need first aid, we need first aid. And I was like, when I say like 30 seconds off, grabbing, like
calling them in.
Yeah. I was like, fuck me, what happens now? The other granddad.
Shut up.
Because they had like a black stage. So it wasn't very visible if you...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like you could have put hazard tape around it, but obviously it would kill the vibe.
Yeah. Did he walk into it?
Walked into it, all fell on it and cut his head. And everyone's like, first aid, first aid. I've got the function band performing and singing still.
Did they change songs?
I've got them in a holding room and then first aid happening. So this is all happening. Again, not anything that anyone could control.
Yeah.
We tried to diffuse the situation, get him out, make sure he was fine, luckily.
Yeah.
I think everyone made a bit of a bigger deal out of it. People get involved. And I'm like, guys,
everybody step back.
Step back. Let's check he's okay. Get him on a chair. He was fine. He laughed about it. But I had to keep holding them and they knew they were meant to be coming in. And they're like, what's going on? I was like, nothing. Trust me.
So whose granddad is this?
I think it was...
Was it the bride's other granddad?
I'm not sure.
That's
which,
unlucky.
I'm not sure which granddad. And then I was... they were like, what's going on? I was like, nothing. They're like, Beth, we'd rather know. I was like, look, someone's had a little fall. Bit of first aid. Absolutely fine. Not a problem. And she was like, fucking old people.
Maybe it's old people we want to worry about, not kids.
But the funniest thing, the groom told the bride at the altar about her granddad. And they were like, we need to find them because they're mic'd for the ceremony.
Oh my God, yeah.
So that all happened.
Granddad fell in a ditch.
Granddad fell in a ditch. He's all right though. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
You look nice, babe. Guess what happened? I laughed because someone fell in a ditch. Turns out it's your granddad.
They all had to delete their photos, honestly. But I'm saying these stories because when I say there's so much that goes on the morning of a wedding, if you haven't got the right people,
who's dealing with... It's not even like, because again, you can't deal with the weather, but who's dealing with the stuff? Who's your go-to person at a wedding? Because there's only so many times you can ask people and guests, and there's only so many times you can expect things from them, which is what, like, you honestly need teams. You're acting as a coordinator at that wedding. That was your role. You, like, honestly, guys,
let me tell you now, there was me, Aaron, Georgia, Cookie, Jess, 5 of us plus staff from the venue running the day, plus the bar company, plus the cake, we were all running this day.
You need staff members that are there for the entire day, so that when something goes wrong, first of all, you never want the couple to know about it. Like sometimes typically the groom might need to know because something will happen, but that they shouldn't know anything. You deal with it, and then the next day you'll be like,
sorry about that.
Granddad's still in a ditch.
So you've got to think we had stolen breakfast, granddad in ditch, crashed golf buggy, torrential rain and wind, flooding,
broken chandeliers,
chandeliers not going up, can't do mum's first look,
first aid,
coaches couldn't get to where they needed to be. Like,
could you imagine if the bride had known all these things as they were happening though? Can you imagine what that morning would be like?
And the bridesmaids as well. Like when the golf buggy happened, I pulled the maid of honor aside and said, look, if these boys are going on these golf buggies are $4,500 to replace.
Were they you hired them?
Yeah. $4,500. And they all knew it. So I just pulled her aside and said, look,
text someone
and say, if you guys are on these, behave. Stop being idiots now. Like, and they weren't being idiots, but it was like a warning to be like, we can't have this. Chill out. So wedding breakfast happened. Incredible. Yeah. Everything fine. Yeah. Stunning wedding breakfast. Yeah. Up on the chairs, dancing, food went out well. Like, when I say this wedding was phenomenal and none of the guests would have known any of this.
Cool, fine.
This is when I say it was mega. And then went into first dance, confetti cannon didn't go off on the right time.
Always, man. You have to, I honestly think manual ones are better than the button ones, because at least I can like point and twist.
The bride texted me the next day and went, what the fuck happened to the confetti? She still got the confetti, but it was just at the wrong... But you could see the band be like, what the fuck? Like, it was meant to go off. Again, not a big deal. The guests wouldn't have known about it because they didn't know it was going off at that point.
What, so, did it go off in like the middle of a sentence?
No, they still got it at a good point.
Yeah, okay, fine. But it just wasn't the point.
Wasn't the point, which again, I think you've got to be so open-minded about walking down the aisle. You're never going to get the point.
Yes.
It's unlikely, but we can always try.
Yeah.
First dance, again, confetti cannons. If they're not, because you had the experience, the button wasn't working.
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah, it's a bitch. Give me a twist one any day. Big twist one.
Big twisty.
I think are the best ones you can get.
And then, so we then Went into the after party, which was all good.
Yeah, no more dramas that
A lot
day.
of drunk guests.
Yeah, fine.
And then, so we come in the next morning.
Yeah.
We actually did an overnight turnaround for the marquee, but
Gross, yeah.
and it was pouring down. Horrible, but it was amazing. Wake up the next morning, someone had been sick in the lounge.
See, I don't do sick. I don't do sick.
Luckily,
Sick
the
makes
night
me feel
porter
sick.
did it.
Yeah. I can't. Even when Isla was born, I was like, Brian, you're going to have to deal with sick. I can't do it. It makes me go,
Yeah, so someone was sick in the lounge. Again, bride and groom don't want to know about that.
No.
Don't want to know about it. I think she found out, someone must have overheard it.
Also, why do people, like, can I just say, if you're listening to this as a guest, don't tell anybody anything.
Go to the fucking
Don't
toilet.
Oh, we were talking about different things here. If you're going to be sick, go to the toilet. But don't ever tell, what did I do recently? And they told her, and I was like, why the fuck are you telling her? What are you doing?
Yeah, there's so much I hid from her, and I don't know how she found out some of it, but luckily the clients wanted to know this stuff. They it made it a bit funnier for them. I don't know why, but a lot of the time you just keep it.
Yeah. It depends on the thing as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let me go back to my list.
God.
There's some more stuff I missed out about Saturday day.
Go on then.
Doing group shots outside the front of the house. Lovely. Rain had stopped. All good.
Cool.
And then the groom's little brother decided to go on the roof of the building. The roof.
How high is this roof?
High.
What, like 2-story building?
High.
Why is he on the roof?
No idea. And I'm looking up. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the photographer, and I'm like, nobody say something. And then someone's like, oh my God, so-and-so's on the roof. And I was like, you know when your heart goes because they were so close to the edge.
How old's this little brother?
Not like 20 odd.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Not a child. And I was like, fuck me.
Why? What is wrong with people?
Same said brother was on top of a golf buggy driving. Like there was someone driving and on top of, so I had to go confiscate in the middle of the night.
That's funny though.
So yeah, you know, like all this chaos around them, and it's just trying to keep it nice and chill. And then I'm just saying all the funny stories, but they love it.
This was all being talked about, by the way, in the etiquette chat. Yeah. This bride is in it. And I was like, I'm reading nothing. I don't want to know anything until I hear it all on the podcast.
And then one of the suppliers' gazebos ended up on the roof because of the wind, even though it was like weighted down.
Jesus.
So when I say the weather was like,
it was
mega. The chandeliers were swinging as well. But again, they had the most amazing time. They weren't worried about any of it. Like it was amazing. Like the Saturday was unbelievable.
Nice.
And that's all I can say. It was unbelievable. But I'm telling these stories off the back of it that is
funny.
Things go wrong. You need the right people around you. It was like intense on us the morning of the wedding, like 12:30 ceremony. I didn't have a lot of time, and I had all of this go wrong.
Yeah.
None of which is anyone's fault.
No.
Apart from the person that crashed the golf buggy.
That is their
silly
fault.
idea.
Yeah.
And then like the mud and everything. It was just like, you're like, what else can go wrong? What else can go wrong? And you're just trying to keep cool and like calm. And like one of the guests said to me, like, you look so calm. And I was like, yeah, there's no point. Like I can't show you that all the chaos has gone wrong, because the couple know me very well to know that if I was hiding something and I was stressed about it. Like
have I ever seen you stressed?
You've got to stay
I've seen you
composed,
stressed, but not at an event.
You just got to be so composed and chilled. And I think as well, it's a really weird thing that we do. It's like when you problem solve it, I fucking love it. It feels great.
Somebody wrote that. I did the video the other day of where I had to go on the casino tables.
Yeah.
I fucking love that for a start. But I think somebody commented like, how do you deal with being in stress like that? I was like, I fucking thrive in it.
Just got to get on with it,
give me a drama. And I love it because I'll fix it.
Weddings are boring without drama.
Mate, I love it. I love it when something happens and I'm like, yeah, cool, I can fix that. Like I'm literally like, I can fix this. This is my role. I will step into this.
And it's problem solving and doing all of that. And I think you said
that's
the other day,
that's why we say you're either that person or you're not, and that's okay if you're not. But get someone who is.
You said the other day that someone said like, what do you do at the actual wedding? You're like, I don't know until every wedding's different because I've got to fix and solve problems. Yeah. Sunday comes around. Mm-hmm. I don't think anything went that wrong Sunday.
No, it looked banging.
Yeah, like
it was like Christmas threw up in a marquee.
Yeah,
but not Christmas. Like it was like
Speakeasy Moulin
Harrods
Rouge
Christmas, like a bougie Christmas, not a tacky Christmas.
Which was all amazing, and everything came together so well. All the suppliers did exactly what they were meant to do. Yeah. My team were absolutely faultless despite the challenges, and we made a pact that we stayed late on the Friday night till 2 a.m. to set the marquee, because we were like, if we have any problems on Saturday,
you don't want to be setting
we don't want to be setting that. We know that's good, and thank God we did.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Thank God we did. But like when I say it was phenomenal. Like I say all these problems and I laugh. There's some other stories that I can't really tell. But no, it was incredible.
How many of those weddings do you think you could do a year?
So that is, again, when we move on, we're actually going to talk about our goals and stuff.
That's next episode.
Yeah, we aim to do like 6 of them a year.
Oh, okay. So like big dog ones.
Big dog ones.
Fine. Cool. So round that. Give me 3 words to describe that wedding.
Absolutely fucking amazing.
Okay, cool. And how long did you need after that? So we were supposed to film this episode a couple of days ago, guys, but Beth texted and was like, I'm dead.
Honestly, when I say the team put in some shifts, you're talking up at 6 a.m, bed at 2 a.m, like fully illegal. Back up at 7 a.m. It was because
you just had to head down, get through it, and then deal with it later.
I couldn't fault anybody. Every single supplier was absolutely faultless. Despite any pre-issues of some suppliers, because we actually took this wedding on 4 months ago, because they had a wedding planner, which they did a lot with, but then didn't do a lot with, and it
wasn't me, by the way.
No, they thought it was better to cut ties and gel, and we were like, yeah, no worries, we can help take this on because you've got 100 suppliers arriving. We took that element on, but yeah, it was a big one.
Well, I'm very proud of you. The stuff looks very good.
Yeah, everything was great, and like the bride and groom super happy.
That's all that matters.
And you know what's really nice as well, because we were there for like 6 days, we got to know them. We got to know the family.
I love a couple of day ones because you do actually then know everybody, and you still get the same people come over to you. And like I like it when Brian's working on bars, because then I'll end up helping on the bar, and then you get the same people, and you're like, do you want a thing again? Why don't you try this cocktail? Just like, it's nice for you to, as suppliers, to be involved as well.
Yeah, the bar company said they were like, by Sunday
we know the drinks,
we know the orders, and they, when I say it was like free bar cocktails, like full works, like we had like a surprise live artist for her. She didn't know they were coming. We did the cigar rolling on the Thursday night. He didn't know that they were coming, and his face, 2 guys walked in with briefcases and suits, and he was like, what the fuck? And he's like, are they strippers?
I hope so.
I was like, no. But again, that was a really great activity for them. And I think it's really nice to surprise your partner if you can in certain ways.
Yeah, just chill out on giving that as a tip. If you're doing a 4-day wedding, absolutely surprise them. If people are thinking of surprising people, that's fine, like cool, but please tell somebody. Yeah. Because
we need to know.
Like I've had surprise with singing waiters, and I'm like, cool, that doesn't work. I can't fit that in, like that action, and I can make it work if I know about it. So I would say to the couple, like, oh, we're gonna extend it. Food actually takes a little bit longer, blah, blah, blah. You can't surprise shit on the day. Unless it, like a live artist is a lot easier. But they still need somewhere to go. Yep. They still need power. They still need a chair, like all of these sort of things. So please just tell somebody if you're surprising.
But yeah, moral of that wedding is production was 10/10.
Nice.
And if you're gonna go production, that is the reason why we had haze, we had spotlights, we had everything.
It looked very cool.
Second moral of the story is you need a team.
Yes.
You
need people that have got your back for all of it. I agree.
And the bride wouldn't have known any of this if she didn't want to know.
Yeah.
Whereas she really wanted to know.
She wanted to know.
She wasn't stressed about it. She was like, you know, when I said she was like, fucking old people.
And also none of the things in isolation would have been that bad.
No.
It's just when there's like 100 other things.
And also, it wasn't them dealing with the problems. So like, they didn't know about it. They didn't need to know about it.
By the time, like,
the only thing she knew about was her breakfast didn't fucking turn up.
How I like to do it is I would rather go to a bride and say, here's what's happened, this is what we've already done about it. I do, like, sometimes they have to know, and that's fine. Like I had to tell her a solution about the hairdresser on Saturday, because if her hairdresser didn't turn up, she'd be like, what the fuck? Hairdresser. So I had to tell her, and I was like, no worries, sorted. Then sent her the new girl's Instagram. Like, she was like, okay, cool, nice. Can I go slightly off?
Yeah,
I just want to get into Christmas now.
All right.
Is there anything else we need to go over at that wedding though? Because I got my Christmas jumper on. I've got my Christmas nails ready.
Yeah, Georgie was like an hour late to filming
today. No, that is true, but that's not what happened. This was not our filming date.
Yeah, but you still
then it got stressed. I know, but my that's how long it took to make this look this beautiful. I had lashes and nails booked in for today. So let's Christmas. Are you ready for Christmas?
I'm ready for Christmas. Are you?
My problem is I feel like Christmas is right here, but it's also, I've still, like, we're filming this with enough time to actually still get stuff. I don't feel like I'm quite ready.
What have you got to do left? Where are you for Christmas?
At my friend's house, who's also my stepsister, because my dad married her mum. Yeah,
Georgie's family are a bit incest.
Yeah, that wasn't. We were friends first.
Yeah.
We were already there.
You were like, that's never going to work.
No, we thought they'd just kind of go out a little bit and then they end up getting married. I was like, right, okay.
So,
yes.
what did you do? I mean, it's a bit different because you got married at Christmas, but I'm just like trying to put myself in bride and groom shoes. Last Christmas before you get married.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you doing presents? Are you not doing presents?
So do you do presents with Jack?
No.
No, me and Brian do stockings for each other.
What's your budget?
Filler stocking. We don't set a budget, but it's stocking presents.
Who gives better presents, you or Brian?
I think, well, this year I've just sent Brian everything I want.
Okay.
So it'll be fine. Normally, I'm more thoughtful than Brian. So I would say me. Brian? Yeah. Also, Brian's
likes just so whipped. Like, earlier, like... Georgie and Brian have a bit of a tiff, and she's like, "Say sorry," and he's like, "Sorry." And
no,
I was
no,
like,
no, that's not what happened.
So nice to you.
I backed up into one of these lights and it fell over. And you know when it's a
Your
total accident,
booty knocked
my
over.
booty knocked over. And you know, we agreed when we had a child as well. Remember when you're a kid and you like accidentally knock over a glass of water and your mum shouts at you and you're like, "What the fuck?" As if that. We always agreed that we would never do that because there's nothing worse than being told off for an accident.
I agree. To be fair,
I accidentally backed up into a light. It fell over, and the look that he gave me.
No, he went, "Mate."
That's not what happened. You make a different narrative in your head. Brian, you did not say mate. What did you say?
He said, "Mate."
No, he didn't. He said something like,
he said, "Mate." He's like, "Pick it up then."
Pick it up then.
Yeah, but like
just
nicely.
You put a nice voice on it doesn't mean that's how he said it.
He did.
Pick it up then.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He didn't. Anyway.
Anyway, so that was our slight tiff. Where were we going with that? So then I was like, "Say sorry." That was me. So then he said sorry, and Beth was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he says sorry when you ask him to, because he's fucking wrong, mate. He's wrong." We've been together a long time. He is whipped.
Yeah, I think he is really whipped.
But
he's very patient with you as well.
Is it fuck? You're lying here. You're lying.
I think he's more patient with you than you are him. Anyway, Christmas in the Mitchell household.
We should get a relationship counsellor on here.
Yeah.
We should do that. It'd be so fun.
On here.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. So Brian never really did Christmas.
Yeah.
As a child.
Yeah.
Different culture, different family dynamics, blah, blah, blah. So when we met, I was like, Christmas is a big deal. And he's like, Christmas is not a big deal. And I was like, it's a fucking big deal.
I love Christmas.
I love Christmas. Last year we agreed to kind of park it because we were getting married and that was more important. And obviously we got legally married before Christmas and married after Christmas. So Christmas was just kind of a day in between. But we just we do stockings and then we go somewhere. My worst nightmare... Go as into a friend, or we
like, where are you going?
We go to either family or they come to us, whatever. My worst nightmare would to be just us at home,
and
everyone's always like, "That's so mean." I'm like, no. Christmas is family time. It's when everybody gets together and we do games and we do quizzes and everybody's talking. And it's loud and it's drunk and it's fun.
Do you feel like social media represents Christmas in a way that isn't like every household? So you see all these family games, all these big group photos in matching pajamas.
First things first, I don't know how people afford all these matching pajamas. They're really
expensive. That jumper was 25 quid.
Mate, this jumper alone was £25. There's three of who's paying for all those matching pajamas?
I don't know.
Who's put in the family group chat, I think we should all get pajamas, and everyone's agreed to that.
Yeah.
For £25 a shot. Not happening. No way. I think social media does, like, that's not realistic really, but we know that nothing on social media is real.
But I think it's hard to see sometimes.
I think it would be harder for people that have normal families to all be together.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a big Christmas this year.
What's your Christmas?
We're hosting.
Is this your first year hosting? No, I've seen you host before.
Obviously, it's extra.
Yeah.
No, hosting this year, 13, I think, or 15 of us.
Nice.
And then we've got more coming in the evening. We're going to eat later this year because we always eat and then be like, ugh. So we're going to eat later.
What time's later?
3, 4 o'clock.
Because I also get annoyed when everyone's like, "Oh yeah, come round for like 1," and I'm like, "Well, what am I doing in the morning?" Like, we do our own little thing in the morning, and then I'm like,
spend some fucking time with your family, love.
No, because I want to get out. I want to start going. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be out and going for it.
Do you know what I find funny when you drive around on Christmas? Like, everyone's just like driving around, presents in the car. Or everyone's like Christmas jumper. It's really weird.
But that's what I mean. I'm such an impatient person. Like, I want to get going. If we're going out, I want to get going. I love the morning bit. I would only ever have the morning just us, and we do our presents and we do that sort of thing and have breakfast. I want to get going then.
What do you have on like breakfast morning for Christmas?
Pancakes sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Always bacon roll and mimosas.
I do like a mimosa in the morning. Not gonna lie.
Or chocolate. But you don't eat chocolate
can't eat chocolate anymore. I bet I still get lots of chocolate. It's we're gonna figure out who's been listening to me this year.
I didn't buy you any chocolate this year.
Yeah, you haven't.
No, for your Christmas present.
You got me a Christmas present?
Yeah.
Where is it?
In the car.
Have you got it here today?
Yeah.
We're filming next week.
Oh. I'll give it you today anyway.
Okay.
Well, there's something in it for Isla that I kind of want you to do before Christmas.
Okay. Should we open it on next week? Oh no, because it'll be filmed after the thing. Oh, exciting! Yeah, I'm going to see when people give me chocolate, I'm going to be like,
I've listened to what you said this year. Georgie's like stunned that I got her a present.
I've got you a present.
Even though you just to see if it's taken
I like
back.
knowing what it is. I like being surprised by people. I also love presents, but I also don't really like presents.
Do you like receiving presents?
No, I love giving presents.
Do you feel awkward?
It's like a birthday when everyone watches you.
I hate it.
Thank you. Because no matter how you say thank you, it sounds sarcastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, like, so if someone, I really wanted this.
If someone's bought you like 5 presents, you got to say thank you after each present.
I hate it.
It's like.
No, I actually genuinely prefer giving presents because I'm not good at getting a present that has no meaning behind it. I can't just see something and go, that would be cool, they'd like that, and buy it. It has to either have a theme. Like all of Isla's presents this year has a theme because she wants nobody tell her. She wants a dressing table. So I've got her like the tubs for it and the skincare and the hair things, like so that it all goes together. I can't just get random presents and be like, here you go. But we're not in Santa time anymore.
So when did she find out that?
Was it last year?
Who told her?
So we were at, by the way, if anybody's
I remember you told me
actually,
this.
you shouldn't be listening with your car in the kids because we don't talk nice things. So we were at the gym and there was like a sign for Christmas party with Father Christmas, and I was like, oh, do you want to do that? And she was like, yeah. I was like, why did you say it like that? And she was like, what? I was like, do you want to do it? And she was like, yeah, if you want to. And I'm like, why are you like, I could hear in her voice, I was like, why are you saying it like that? I was like, is there something you want to speak to me about? She was like, no. And I was like, just say it. So we went back and forth like this for ages, and she was like, why, is there something to say? And I was like, well, if you ask me something, because we've always said if they're old enough to ask, they're old enough to know. Like that's kind of where our thing has gone. So then we finally sat, I think, waiting for Brian to pick us up from the gym or something. She was like, is Father Christmas real? And I was like,
oh no.
But we had then had to go through the whole thing of being like, but genuinely people think that you never ever ruin anybody else's thing. I was like, it's still a thing. Like you can believe it is what it is, but we see it as an entity that, I don't know. She's just like, shut up, give me presents. She literally, one of the first things she said, she's like, do I still get a stocking?
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, she still gets a stocking. But we don't have to put shit all over our floor anymore.
So have you not had an advent calendar this year then, because you're not eating chocolate?
So I had a handmade
Oh, you did a handmade one.
Isn't that cute?
Who made it?
Brian and Isla.
Oh, okay, cute.
I didn't even,
because I thought you made it, and I was like, it says foot massage, and I was like, fucking cheeky bugger, isn't she?
I made my own one. No, I'd said to Brian or something, because I get him one every year and he never eats it, and it's always a Reese's Pieces thingy one.
Reese's are the best one.
He just doesn't eat any of it, but there isn't anything else to get him, so I still get it him. And I was like, oh my god, what are you going to do? Because I don't eat chocolate. And he was like, I haven't got you one. I was like, brilliant. And then the next one, it's like handmade with little stickers over it, and I peel it off, and then it says, the first one was
tea in bed. So then I assumed that all of them were like things, and then I opened the next one, it's like, you're beautiful. It's like, where's my present? what am I getting? Oh, she's sentimental over it, she said.
Massages, I've had hair wash and blow dry, as in Isla did it.
Not Brian?
No, he's never given me a blow dry. Can we do a Christmas quiz? Right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You go, I go, you go, I go.
Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch?
Eggnog.
Yay.
Where was baby Jesus born?
Bethlehem.
Yeah.
The movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on a real life department store. What is it?
Blooming Macy's.
Macy's, yes. Don't pick the hard ones.
I'm not. I was looking for the actual answers.
See you scrolling.
No, I'm looking. You'll hate this question.
I'm not going to know it, am I?
When Ross can't find a Santa outfit in time for Christmas in Friends, what does he dress up as instead to impress his son Ben?
I have no idea.
Yes, you do. Everybody knows this.
No, I don't.
It's the holiday.
I have no idea.
The holiday armadillo.
Nope, no idea. In Home Alone, where are the McAllisters going on vacation when they leave Kevin behind? Kevin! Where's Kevin?
Paris.
Yay.
Yes. Kevin! Oh, okay, slightly going on your thing then. How old is Kevin McAllister in Home Alone? The first one.
Oh, no idea. 7?
8.
That was close. Which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in the Polar Express?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
According to 1946's Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a film. It's a classic.
Don't know it.
What happens every time a bell rings? Every time a bell rings, an angel gets...
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Wings.
Never ever watched it.
God damn it. I'll give you an easy one then. In Will Ferrell's Elf, what's the first rule in the code of elves?
I hate Elf.
Treat every day like Christmas.
I hate Elf. That's Jack's favourite film and it just gives me the ick.
Oh.
Ick. I hate him. In the song Winter Wonderland, what do we call the snowman?
We'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. He can do the job. Parson Brown?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're such a boffin.
Somebody messaged me after last week's episode that was like, I'm crying at the word boffin. What is the name of the little girl who befriends the Grinch in the 2000 film?
Cindy Lou.
Cindy Lou. What's her surname?
Cindy Lou.
Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy Lou Who.
It's the Who's of Whoville.
The Who's of Whoville. I love that film. Okay, I'm done with my quiz.
You suck. What's the name of the on-screen couple in Four Christmases?
Don't know, never watched it.
You'd love Four Christmases.
Would I?
You'd actually love Four Christmases.
Yeah?
It's Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
With a spoon.
Yeah, have you heard that? No, don't worry, I can't tell you the joke straight off. What was the joke I told you earlier?
You didn't tell me a joke today.
Oh, I've had loads of jokes recently.
Right. I've got some little bits of bobs that people have been putting in DMs that I want to ask you a question of.
All right.
Do people still do a bouquet toss?
No, honey.
And is it just for single gals, i.e. not married?
I would only step forward if I was single. No, would I? No. I disagree. Not married, because the whole point of catching it is that you're next to get married. I think they're a little bit icky. Mm-hmm. I hate the thought of everybody coming together and trying to catch it. The only time I've seen it, which I liked it was a florist. And I was like, it makes sense. I'm on board with it. Yep. But also she had a throwing bouquet. Yes. You don't throw your bouquet. First of all, it's fucking heavy. And second of all, I don't want to give my bouquet away to somebody. No, thank you. And also it's just, that's a bit of a red flag for me at a wedding. It's a bit of an ick with everybody trying to get it. And then everybody looks at the partner like, eee. I just don't like it.
Okay, I've got a really quick bitches from a bride. You ready?
Yeah.
So we've paid for our save the dates and put a lot of effort into all the stationery for the day. Mm-hmm. Am I a dick for being annoyed that my mother-in-law is telling people to save the date before we've had a chance to give out the save the dates? Because everyone wants to know the date.
Is she being a dick or is she just excited? This is the game that we should always be playing.
She's saying, am I being a dick for being annoyed?
I think you're allowed to be annoyed, but I would also just stop and be like, the only reason she's telling people is because she's excited about your wedding and she wants them to come. Send the save the dates out quicker. Just get them out. Get them going. Mm-hmm. Is she being a dick or is she just being nice?
Yeah.
Okay, give me one last bitch from a bride. Sorry, guys, this is a very long episode. We're just keeping you going for Christmas.
This is more like a little bit of a tip.
Okay.
This is a tip and it's a useful tip because I want to know what you're going to say to it.
Okay.
She's like, I need your help and would really appreciate your help.
Okay.
I've heard all the wedding hacks a million times, but no one ever talks about this. I want to switch to flats after the ceremony, but don't want to be kicking my dress the rest of the evening. Do you have any suggestions so the dress doesn't drag that doesn't include that bracelet thingy on the trail? My mum suggested making a super fast hem when the time comes, but I'm not sure it's the best option.
The only thing I would say is first things first, why are you getting married in heels if you're going to change to flats after the ceremony? If you can't see it, what's the problem? Just be in flats the whole time. Because the only way you're getting your dress to sit properly is if you have it altered and put to that length. So if anything, I would rather it be slightly higher and I'm wearing a heel and then be right than kicking it the whole day. Because they're annoying. That is annoying. But just go flats. Don't feel you have to wear heels on your wedding day.
Especially if you can't see them.
No, if you literally cannot see your feet, which is why I don't understand why people get really expensive shoes.
How do you feel about trainers?
Again, if I wore trainers, it would look weird because I'm not that person. But like, you know when people wear Converse? Cool. I'm not cool.
You're a boffin.
I'm a boffin who wants to wear my school shoes. But like, if I put Converse on, I'd look like an idiot. And everybody would be like, why the fuck are you wearing?
Yeah, you're not edgy enough.
I'm not that person. If you are that person, be that person. That's okay. But I just think, I wore like small heels so that I wasn't too tall for Brian.
How do you feel about daps?
They're all coming back in, aren't they? They're like ballet shoes. And I Isla wanted trainers for school, and I'm like, no, you're wearing DAPs because it's a fucking rite of passage. The black gross ones that like full on do up at the thing. I think wear whatever you want. If you can't see them, what's the problem? Literally nobody is looking at your feet.
Okay.
Not one person. That's my tip. And also, you're not going to want to hem it. Nobody's going to want to hem
No,
it midway
too
through your
much.
wedding. No.
How do you feel about people that cut their dresses?
I've cut plenty of dresses.
Yeah,
at
on the
weddings.
night.
In the day, I had a bride the other week who
I couldn't.
It's terrifying. And I asked her like 7 times. I was like, are you sure you want me to? She's like, yeah, cut it. I was like, you sure you want? She had like beading underneath. And you know when your underarm rubs on it? And she was like, it is driving me insane. I've done my group photos, just cut it. And I was like, what? Like where? And she's like, cut under my armpit. So when I put my thing down, it doesn't hurt. And I was like, okay.
I do feel like there's nothing worse than being uncomfortable on your wedding day.
She was literally,
Ruins
it was
the day.
like scratching. It was like going to bleed. And then it's going to get blood. Like just, like we said before, you're not wearing that dress again. You can get it cleaned. Realistically, you're going to do nothing with it. You've spent that money to look nice on your wedding day. Cool. Let's also be comfortable.
Nice.
Let's cut it. I've cut plenty of dresses down low as well, just because people just get bored of it being so long.
The boobies out.
Not the, no, low. As in like,
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
But yeah, no, go for comfort with the footwear and the dress.
Yep.
And enjoy your day, man. Enjoy your day.
What are we talking about next week?
No, you stop skipping my tip jar. I know Brian's looking at us as well because we've gone over
That
time,
was my
but-
tip jar. Flats. There we go.
what?
Done.
That didn't
Type of
feel like
shoes.
a proper
Brian's
tour.
agreeing. Brian's around the camera going, whoop, whoop, time's up.
Whoop, whoop, wrap it up. It's
Christmas
Day now.
It's Christmas Day. Well, I hope everyone has an
Okay.
amazing Christmas.
Have the best Christmas ever. Anyone that's getting married next year, start to get fucking excited.
Anyone that's getting married over Christmas this year, we can't wait to see it.
Yeah, we've
Send
got
us
one
all
more
your
episode
pics.
before the new year, so
Yes.
you'll still hear from us.
And
Don't
we'll
worry.
talk goals, goal
Yeah.
setting.
Mate, I cannot wait to show you what I need to show you.
Okay, great. Can't wait.
Let's just wrap it up. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bye. Hi guys, we're back. Brian wants me to make this man natural, but I'm not going to.
No. Let's make it super formal.
And you know I said Brian was nice earlier.
Yeah,
I
see?
take it back because
See?
he just spoke to us like horrible children.
He literally was like, guys, why do you never ask for reviews and follows? And like, because it's icky, Brian. Because it's icky.
It's icky.
Okay? But he was like, just ask
It's
for it
icky like a
Christmas
bouquet
present.
toss.
Ask for it like a Christmas present.
So,
Excuse me, guys, pretty please for Christmas. Can you make Brian's day? We should get those Love Actually cards just because it's Christmas. Please make Brian happy so he keeps editing our podcast. We need reviews. We need, what do you need, Brian?
subscriptions.
Subscribe, like, share, comment.
Share the love this
He's
Christmas.
so mad at us.
He's so mad. That's what you get for being a bitch, Brian.
Because if you can't do it at Christmas.
When can you?
Okay, Merry Christmas. Love you.
Love you. Bye.